just wanted to mention, we're filming this on Halloween, which, big deal, it's like for kids. But the next day after Halloween is this guy's birthday, November 1st. He was born on All Saints Day.
All Saints Day.
So you're a saint.
In grammar school, I always had the day off because I went to Catholic grammar school and I had the day off. Yeah.
So make sure you leave comments below to wish him a belated happy birthday, because probably by the time I get this posted, it'll probably be like mid-November, maybe it'll be closer to my birthday. No, I'm just kidding. I won't take that long. So who went last? Oh, I went last. You went last. Yeah.
I went last.
Sorry. Oh, okay. So I have not bought very much from Whatnot lately. The VC vinyl stream has pretty much dried up for me, and they keep promising that like these mysterious trucks are going to deliver new inventory at some point, but yeah, that hasn't happened in quite some time. But I did continue to add to my George Harrison collection. I found this. I don't even think I knew this existed. Electronic Sound, again on that reissues from 2019, I believe. But I guess this is George playing with electronic music.
It's
so
Moog.
Oh, so
it came out on
that.
I believe it came out. It says Apple Records, but I thought it came out on the subsidiary Zapple, which was for the
maybe it went back to Apple after
maybe
all that
I don't know how long
dissolved.
it stayed in print.
I don't know. But here, I thought the cover was kind of fun. So why not? It's George Harrison.
Next up, from our trip up to Onaway, this is one of the records I found there. If you remember from a previous video, Heidi Lee had got me a Country Joe and the box set, Country Joe and the Fish box set of their 1967 albums. But this is their album from, I believe, 1970. This, ouch.
Sorry.
This is C.J. Fish by Country Joe and the Fish on Vanguard. Inexpensive copy. I thought I'd get it to see what their stuff, rest of the material sounds like. Yeah, it does. It's on the Vanguard label, tan. Haven't spun it yet. I know some of the lineup changed a bit by this time. I believe this is from 1970. I don't know much of these songs. Rockin' Around the World, that's not the Little Richard song, is it? No, this is Barry Melton or Country Joe McDonald song. But yeah, C.J. Fish, Country Joe and the Fish on Vanguard. I believe this is 1970.
Ollie saying hi.
You got to be good while we're filming. You can't be knocking into stuff.
It's like, but you're paying attention to something other than me. Say hi to everybody. Look up. He's like, no.
Say hi to Cat.
Yeah, say hi to Cat.
And TC Cat's
Cat's kitty.
Norman? I don't remember that cat's name.
Blanking.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't appear much.
Oof. He's shedding.
Go clean yourself now.
Yeah, he's got to go wash himself because he's got human on him. I got cat hair all over me. But like I said, not a whole lot on VC vinyl, but I did get this too. Ringo 2012. Don't know much about it, but I mean, it was super cheap and it's pretty much, brand new. He does a song called In Liverpool. I found it. It seems like every Ringo album has to have some kind of song harking back to his days with the Beatles or Liverpool or something like that. So I found it on this one. But I love Ringo. I know folks, when I showed all the stuff from the previous purchases, were like, no Ringo? What the heck?
There are no Ringo box sets that I know of.
I don't know. But I did get some Ringo. No worries. We love Ringo here.
Next up from the Onaway trip, when I was working in the record store, I did play this record once or twice to see what it was like, and it didn't really impress me, but I came across a cheap copy. This is The Byrds and the reunion album of the original lineup from 1973 on Asylum Records. Kind of gets not great reviews because the only person that brought their A game was Gene Clark. Crosby kind of spearheaded the reunion, I think. I don't know if they played any shows. I think they just did the record. But Roger McGuinn brought some songs from his failed Peer Gynt rock opera he was going to do with somebody. I'm blanking on that name right. Oh, Jacques Levy. He was working on that. But yeah, Gene Clark brought his A game. Otherwise, they covered Joni Mitchell, Neil Young's "Cowgirl in the Sand." Chris Hillman brought some songs, but David Crosby's laughing again. But Crosby says he wanted to do "Cowgirl in the Sand," but it's on Asylum, gatefold cover there. Not in the greatest shape. I get a little sad with it. It looks like Gene Clark doesn't have teeth on the back. Maybe it's just the way it's shadowed. But
Yeah.
I need some more Gene Clark solo. I just have a few, but there it is on Asylum.
Is he still alive?
No, Gene Clark died long ago. But yeah, Birds, self-titled.
I asked that a lot.
Maybe they call it by their names. We're 73 on Asylum, the reunion of the original 60s lineup.
I asked that a lot about a lot of these artists that we come across. Are they still alive? Which is terrible. Rango again picked up a copy of on VC vinyl for cheap, brand new, of Goodnight Vienna. Trying to see. Oh yeah, the No No song. I'm like, which song do I know off of here? Which guarantee now that I've mentioned it, if you know that song, it's definitely stuck in your head right now. So you're welcome. But of course, Goodnight Vienna, the John Lennon song. He has a song called Husbands and Wives written by Roger Miller.
Yeah,
know that one.
That's like one of his hits after King of the Road or something.
Oh, okay. There's a Nielsen song, Easy for Me. So yeah.
Elton John too.
Yeah. Snookeroo. So.
No McCartney contribution this time?
No.
Huh.
Hoyt Axton wrote the No No song.
Yeah.
Had to mention it again just in case it didn't get stuck in your head the first time.
This next one, I think I got this out of the cheap dollar bin at our local. And it was funny because my friend Tom Dudek happened to find a copy of this like right before I found one. And this is Wanda Jackson, A Woman Lives for Love on Capitol Records. This must be from about 1969-70, as it has that green Capitol label that I'm kind of fascinated with because they only use it for a short bit. And then they turned it red, and then they went to the orange Capitol label. She covers... who did It's Such a Pretty World Today? Somebody else did that song.
I don't recall.
But she also does Stand By Your Man. Wanda Jackson is a great... She's now, after Jerry Lee Lewis's death, one of the few 50s rockers still left alive. I got to see her at Maxwell's, and I videotaped it. Somebody else,
your autographed picture.
Yes, yeah, she's so tiny. Most of her height is her hair. And there was like a petition there to get her into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everybody knows those petitions don't work. But yeah, and I just remember when she took the stage, she was holding a water bottle and a microphone, and she began to sing, and she put the water bottle to her mouth or to speak after the first song. She's like, "Hi, what am I doing?"
Was that intentional?
She was just like a little grandma, but she was tiny, and I got my autograph photo, and she shook my hand.
Was her voice still pretty powerful?
Oh yeah, she could sing. She started with a song called Rockabilly Fever, which I think Carl Perkins wrote.
Nice.
Yeah, Wanda Jackson, A Woman Lives for Love. Oh, there's no year printed on the back. Like I said, I think this is like circa 69, 70.
Oh, I won this on VC vinyl. The soundtrack to Fletch, which kind of works out okay for me because it does have the Fix on it. So, yeah. Trying to see if there's any other songs on here that I recognize. They have the Fixes, The Letter to Both Sides. But when did Fletch come out? 1984.
Okay.
I thought it was older than that, but yes, but getting this sparked another record that you'll see later on in my purchases that I got just for the hell of it. But yeah, motion picture soundtrack from Fletch, which has been remade starring my favorite, John Hamm. So we'll see if it's any good. I don't know.
This next one, I think I got this one at the On-A-Way trip too. This is from 1969 on Together Records. The Byrds, Pre-Flight. This is their 1964 World Pacific demos, as they're called, recorded at World Pacific Studios, produced by Jim Dixon. It is a gatefold, the annoying Unipack that I've mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
Together was a short-lived label done by, I believe, Gary Usher, the Capitol Records producer, Columbia Records producer also. There's the custom label. This has older demos of a lot of things they later re-recorded for Columbia. It's actually quite good. This is kind of like when they were, I think, still referring to themselves as the Beefeaters, because they did a single for Elektra under that name. So this came out in '69, and I love the back cover because it's got a picture of them in their early days and they're like bird hunting.
Interesting.
And I look at their haircuts and I'm kind of like, that's kind of where like the Ramones got their haircuts from.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually kind of not credited to the Byrds, it's credited to each one of them individually. But this is from '69 on Together Records, Pre-Flight Byrds World Pacific demos.
Cool. I don't know what's coming next on the pile. I'm just kind of grabbing from... Oh, okay. Yeah, speaking of 80s and kind of smooth, soft rock from the 80s that I actually enjoy, I picked up a copy of Tango in the Night. It was a original album remastered, 180 gram vinyl. I haven't opened it yet, but it does have a lot of the Fleetwood Mac songs that I enjoy. Like I said, I'm more of a Christine McVie fan than I am a Stevie Nicks fan. So this has Everywhere on there, which is probably my favorite 80s Fleetwood Mac song. Big Love, Seven Wonders, Little Lies. So re-release of this awesome Fleetwood Mac album.
And these are all these next albums are from Chill Retro. This is from 1973 on Elektra Records. This is Ian Matthews with his album Valley High. Ian Matthews, the leader of Matthews Southern Comfort, who had a hit with Woodstock on Decca. But before that, he was one of the lead singers in Fairport Convention, but left. This particular album is produced by Michael Nesmith.
Oh.
And also he plays on it steel and dobro guitar, and his comrade in arms around this time, Brett Rhodes, is playing steel and dobro. Byron Berlin, who plays fiddle on the Stones' Let It Bleed album, is on here also.
Cool.
And he covers Michael's Propinquity, I've Only Just Begun to Care. I've seen this album around for years, and it was rather cheap at Chill Retro, so I picked it up to give it a shot because it's Monkees related. So Ian Matthews, Valley High, 1973 on Elektra Records.
Cool. All right, this is just kind of for a laugh. We were talking about Chevy Chase movies after I had got that Fletch album, and I was trying to think, what is the name of that Chevy Chase movie that every time I have been really sick, like with, a stomach virus or just with a really bad cold, turn on the TV for something to kind of, pass the time when you're not feeling good. This movie is on. It seems like every time I'm ill, but I like it. It's a funny movie. Foul Play. There's a soundtrack to Foul Play. And of course, Goldie Hawn, Chevy Chase, kind of a, comedy, mystery, intrigue kind of a movie. And if you've never seen it, I do recommend it, not only when you're sick, but it's just coincidental, I guess, that this movie comes on when I'm feeling very ill. But, of course, it has, I'm not a Barry Manilow fan, but the song just, Ready to Take a Chance Again, and Copacabana, and watch it if only for Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore steals the show in this movie, and he's not even in it that long, but it's absolutely hilarious. So, not Foul Play, not only for when you're sick.
Next up, continuing with some Byrds stuff. This is Roger McGuinn's debut solo album from 1973 on Columbia. Got this up in Chill Retro 2. I don't know much about Roger's solo works. I thought I'd take a chance. It was just a few dollars. Columbia. I think the most well-known song on here is Lost My Driving Wheel, but it also has more songs he co-wrote with his Jacques Levy because they were working on a rock opera at the time based on Peer Gynt. It also has the Columbia
What's Peer Gynt?
inner sleeve. Oh, it's like the European kind of folklorish opera with the has the song "In the Hall." The Mountain King is from it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah. So I thought I'd take a chance. I just noticed there's a song in here called Hanoi Hannah, which might have something to do with Jane Fonda. But I think this came out right before the Byrds reunion or concurrently with it. But Roger McGuinn, self-titled, 1973, Columbia Records.
Yeah, and I won another record off of VC Vinyl. I have no idea who this person is. His name's Logan Ledger, produced by T-Bone Burnett. Don't know anything about it. Should probably look it up, but I'm going to say, and we'll see what happens. If anybody on this watching this video right now knows this album, really likes this album, or thinks they would like this album, comment below and we'll work something out, and I will send you this record for free. Just for watching our channel, for commenting. It's sealed, brand new. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's from 2020 on Rounder Records.
It could be blues.
So yeah, if somebody thinks they would enjoy this or knows anything about it, comment below. I'll send you an email address to email me your address. I'll send it to you just for fun.
Next up, some great 60s pop. I had to get this because I like to hear groups covering other groups in the 60s, the bigger hits. This is Dino, Desi, and Billy, Our Time's Coming. On the back, it says Wail Through the Hits. It's on Reprise. This is from probably 65. They cover Get Off My Cloud, Act Naturally, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, Fun, 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 Turn, Turn, Turn.
Wow.
Yesterday, Hang On Sloopy, Let Me Be. They do a song that the Monkees did in concert in 66, but I don't think they recorded a version called She's So Far Out, She's In. Tommy Rose, Sheila. There's a song called Everything I Do Is For You, which may be a composition of their own. But
the Bryan Adams song?
Well, what is... No, it's a Clint Ballard Jr. song. But the last track is probably right up there with the Beach Boys' Denny's drums. There's a thing called Desi's drums.
Oh, nice.
There it is on the back cover. And it's on the Tricolor Steamboat label on Reprise Mono. So this should be fun. I know it's a lot of studio musicians, but Desi's drums is right up there with Denny's drums from Shutdown Volume 2 of the Beach Boys.
Nice.
And I read that on the outtakes for the Beach Boys 1964 concert album, you can hear girls in the crowd yelling for Denny's drums. That's how popular Dennis was with the ladies at the time. Yeah, so I assume this is from 65.